This is your final chance to know the truth. Not the truth dressed in mercy, not the truth whispered to help you sleep, but the truth that waits patiently at the edge of every unanswered question you've been afraid to ask. Sit down, breathe, read slowly, because once these words enter your heart, there is no return to who you were. Before you knew, you called her your daughter. From the moment your hands first trembled, holding a life so small, it felt impossible she could carry a destiny so heavy. You counted her fingers, you counted her breaths, you promised the universe you would protect her from pain, from lies, from the sharp cruelty of the world, and yet the world was never her greatest secret. She grew like sunlight through cracks, quietly, stubbornly, beautifully wrong, in ways you could never name. While other children followed rules, she followed questions. While others learned answers, she learned silence. You notice it in her eyes first. Those eyes that seemed older than your memories, eyes that watched people as if she were remembering them instead of meeting them. Sometimes you caught her staring at the sky like it owed her an explanation. Sometimes she cried without sound, tears falling like apologies for reasons she never explained. You told yourself, all children are strange. You told yourself, she will grow out of it. But the truth doesn't grow quiet. It waits. This is your final chance to know the truth, because the truth has already known you for a very long time. Before her first word, before her first step, before her first lie told to protect your feelings, she knew things she was never taught. She flinched at names you never spoke aloud. She recognized places she had never visited. She feared events that had not yet happened. You thought it was imagination, but imagination doesn't remember grief. That isn't its own. One night, you remember this, she asked you a question no child should know how to ask. Why did you choose me if you were going to be afraid of who I am? You laughed. You changed the subject. You missed the moment. The universe gave you a warning disguised as innocence. She didn't ask again. She learned early that truth makes adults uncomfortable. This is your final chance to know the truth, so listen without defending yourself. Your daughter is not broken. She is not confused. She is not rebellious by accident. She is aware. She carries memories that do not belong to this lifetime alone. She feels pain that did not begin with her body. She recognizes injustice before it explains itself. That's why she questions authority. That's why she hates silence. That's why lies make her physically ill. You tried to raise her to fit the world. The world was never her shape. She learned to hide it. The way she toned herself down, the way she pretended not to know, the way she shrank so others could feel tall. But at night, when the house slept, she remembered who she was. She remembered promises made before names existed. She remembered choosing this life the way soldiers choose battle. Not because it is easy, but because someone has to stand where truth is dangerous. This is your final chance to know the truth before she stops explaining herself forever. Your daughter is not here to obey. She is here to change. She is not here to repeat your fears. She is here to end them. She is not here to inherit silence. She is here to break it. And the most painful truth of all, she didn't come to be understood by everyone. She came to be understood by you. If you want part 2 where the real secret of her origin is revealed, darker and deeper, just reply, continue. I'll carry this story all the way with you. He was born where the desert learns patience and the sea learns loyalty, where sand remembers every footprint and the wind never forgets a promise. They named him Hamdan, but the word learned to whisper Faza, a name that moves like a falcon's shadow across mountains, palaces, and quiet hearts. Before crowns knew his head, before cameras learned his angles, the desert already recognized him as one of its own. He walked where silence speaks, where dunes bow like elders, where the sun tests courage and the moon listens to secrets. The falcon rises. A falcon does not learn the sky. The sky remembers the falcon. Faza's eyes were trained not for mirrors, but for horizons, not for applause, but for distance. He learned strength from horses, how power can still be gentle. He learned loyalty from camels, how endurance is a form of love. He learned wisdom from elders, how silence can rule louder than command. And when the falcon lifted from his wrist, the air itself stood straighter. The poet in The Prince, they say rulers speak laws, but Faza speaks poetry. Ink flows from him, the way rain flows from clouds that waited a long time to feel heavy. His words do not shout. They arrive softly, then stay forever. He writes of love, not as possession, but as devotion. He writes of homeland, not as land,